Ah, I see. It's actually recording. But what? Well, this time, I pass on the mini breakfast burritos. After how bad they messed me up during PE yesterday, I don't want my stomach to endure that torture anymore. Instead, I just got a few hash browns from a fast food joint by the metro. Respectable, respectable. I idly scroll through my feed as I usually do while the metro jostles about to my destination. It's been a few days now, and the strange scent of extremely cheap turmeric. Detergent, alright, and alcohol. So cheap detergent and cheap alcohol have become an afterthought. Some of the vines are actually plastic, and the flowers are little air fresheners. It's not actually something I noticed, more so witnessed when a passenger tried eating one. Some of the vines are real. For some reason, they go untouched anyways. Maybe they're just not tasty. Vegetarians don't eat the grass in their lawns after a while, right? Oh, so the lights have gone out and someone just dropped a wrecking ball next to me. Must be Mr. Ferris. Good morning, Co. Good morning. Has the work been going fine? It has. Slowly. But I'm very thorough. I hate the idea of a place of learning not being an ideal place to learn. And I appreciate our talks. Your perspective has really helped me understand the student body more. You're welcome. Hey, have you given any more thought to the fashion thing? I have. Although, I can't say I really get it. There's plenty to see everywhere. You just look around. Really? Like what? Well, look at that girl on the other end of the car there. It's rather revealing. I don't think that's really for me. I love my wife. I just mean as an example. Well, there's an event coming up. I could see about trying something new. What would you recommend? That's damn. Is this one of the food decisions? I don't think blood needs sunglasses. No, he doesn't need a beanie. Oh, Mr. Dito. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Why don't you start with what the actual fuck is any of this? I'm going to check. Really not. those all sound rather expensive. Yeah, they are. You know what? Try a gold chain necklace. Oh, what? Yeah, just make sure it's properly sized so it doesn't look silly. I'm sure it'd go a long way. And they're really cheap to get. Well, alright. I'll take your word for it. We sure talk about fashion a lot, though. Is that really all everything's about these days? Oh, of course not. What do you want to know about? What's YOLO? I've heard the term thrown around recently. That was like 5 years ago. Oh. Mr. Ferris and I talk more about contemporary urban slang until we arrive at our stop. Art class. Mr. Edekin just started talking about our first project for the class. As soon as he said the word, Olivia's hand had shot up. Her gray eyes sparkled in excitement, and a smile threatened to crush the perpetual frown etched on her snoot. The gold vibrates in her seat as she waves her arm in the air trying to get the teacher's attention. Edekin's own smile was strained as he and Olivia engaged in a staring contest with one another. I could only marvel as the two argued with each other about a single word. Eventually, Edekin won by turning off the lights and turning on the cheap projector hanging from the ceiling, and playing a safety video about paint that felt far too graphic for a school setting. I don't think he'll be able to eat barbecue for a while. Thoroughly defeated, Olivia crosses her arms and tucks in her suit. And that is why we won't be using any of the more exotic materials for any projects, Miss Halford. Maybe I should have just skipped breakfast entirely. I still don't see the problem. Once you've all had the proper safety handling course in the second semester, you'll be allowed to use oil-based paints. Until that time, however, all the assignments require safer supplies. Now, since we've pivoted to this, might as well finish the full video. The grumpy Gator holds a hand to her throat, mumbling to herself as she grabs a metal flask and drinks from it. The entire display from her was mystifying, at odds with how Ben and Liz described Olivia. In fact, it kind of reminded me of me. Damn. I can understand why. Oh, you could hear me for that. Let's see. I don't know. I can understand why, after all. Edekin is letting Ben and I use some of his equipment in photography. That thrill of experimentation, of new possibilities. No doubt that it brings a creative spark to her eyes. Eyes that fill with pure malice as they glare daggers my way. Oh, will I stare in? Oops. Before I could offer an apology, she already had her hands on the wheels. She rolls up to Edekin's desk and leans forward intently. I can't make out anything that's said for the video, but going by the occasional glare back, it's not hard to imagine. Crap. I really didn't mean to offend. Edekin notices I'm watching and motions for me to come forward. Slowly, I shift out of my seat and approach the desk. Alright, is something going on here? Edekin speaks in a hushed tone, just loud enough for me to hear over the makeshift Matini? What? Olivia is telling me you're making goofy faces over it. No, I said he's been staring at me all through class. Huh? It's weird, like he's never seen someone like me. Can't you move me to a different seat? Hold on a sec, Olivia. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. Mr. Edic and... It's like she's a different person here. She fishes out a canteen of water and brings it to her mouth. You're given a lot of leeway when it comes to seat assignment. But asking for something like this? I just want him to leave me alone. She sips again. What's that about? Well then, Inko, you tell us. What's on your mind? Can't have disagreements between classmates this early in the year. I'm confused. I didn't know there was any disagreement between us. Well, sometimes it's the little things you do that don't even that you don't even think about that affect people the most. Anything like that come to mind? I shake my head. Olivia's glares doesn't diminish away from my field of view. I mean, I've been a bit curious about her since we sit next to each other, and I'm friends with some of her friends. We all sat together at lunch yesterday. Edekin nods to himself thoughtfully. Sounds like he just wants to hang out, Olivia. My face scrunches at the mere thought. Not really interested. He's distracting me from classwork. I want to watch the video without being gawked at. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Does that resolve the issue for you, Olivia? No, I don't want somebody in this class. She goes to take another sip, but ends up turning the canteen upside down. All out. Angry noises. Olivia, you can go fill it up if you want. You won't be missing anything. The video's nothing you don't already know, I'm sure. Olivia eyes me suspiciously and slowly moves out the door towards the nearest water fountain. Edekin sighs. Alright. He leans back in his chair with his arms resting behind his head. Inko, I told you yesterday, if the air needs clearing, to do it yourself. Now she's in a mood because you were staring at her like a weirdo. And here I thought you two would get along. She even gave you that sketch she made of you. Truthfully, I'm impressed, but here we are. What's going on, big guy? Again? Sorry. It's been a pretty busy few days. I've gotten into a cool friend group. We're all going to sit together at lunch. Olivia's there too. She didn't say much, but I got her a soda. Don't know why she's so upset at me. It's nothing personal, Inko. It's not. She's, resented. What? Reticent? What the fuck? See. Oh my god. Especially when it comes to chains. I'm trying to figure it out. If you're at her lunch period too, I can see why she'd be wary of you. If you don't mind me asking, Mr. Edekin. Yes? Why is she so open with you? How do you mean? Just now. She spoke more in that conversation than all the other times I've seen her yesterday. I saw the canteen. I figured it's something to do with her voice, but it's surprising. Her water bottle's the other way around. It's unfortunate, but she just rarely talks about it at all. I guess she just really trusts me. I've known her since she was a freshman. She seemed to gravitate towards art and how I taught it. Soon enough, I took her under my wing. But she lives with Damien, right? He's at the lunch table and she barely talked to him. Poor kid. Hope he's doing alright. He seems to be alright. But yeah, she's distant to everyone else. So much so, I keep hearing weird things about her. Edekin leans forward in his chair, suddenly attentive. Is this about your gossiping with Ben yesterday? A bit. He showed up to the table and said something about her being the same after she left. Probably some drama there, but I don't want to pry. He nods. But also Liz told me some weird things too. He stops nodding. I know of her. Is something wrong? No, she just said I shouldn't get invested in being her friend. Everyone's being real weird about it, so I was curious for myself. Guess that's why I was looking at her weird. Sorry. Edekin rubs his temples. Aye. It's worse than I thought. What is? I'll put it this way. You met 3 people that know Olivia other than me. Of the 3, only one thinks highly of her, and the other 2 start unloading drama on anyone willing to listen, in this case you. No wonder you're confused. I hadn't thought of it like that. I don't blame you. You shouldn't be involved in anything stupid. High schoolers, you know? I guess. Edekin inhales, collecting his spots. Important question then. Do you really want to be Olivia's friend? Huh? I mean, I guess. A judging eyebrows raised my way. Are you really? Or just curious about her? He seems pretty serious about this. Yes, then? Olivia returns to class and rolls right back up to the desk. Back. Have you changed his desk yet? Edekin nudges his head towards me expectantly, prodding me on. I'm sorry I distracted you during class, Olivia. She looks to Edekin and gives a similar nod. Sure. I mean, you're welcome. I mean, thanks. Shit. But, no, really, I don't want to be distracted. Come on now, Olivia. The least you could do is give him another chance. You never know. I don't really want to know. I get he's friends. I get he's like friends with Damien, but I don't really want to, you know. Not in this class. But I'd like to be your friend. She stops and raises an eyebrow. Lots of those going around recently. Like she was expecting this response. She looks to Edekin for help. Actually, Olivia, I also think you'd make a good friend for you. What? His words were like a battering ram. I'm simply saying to give Inko a chance. I could also see the imaginary bulwark she had hid behind slowly crumbling from what Edikan was saying. You are both quite similar at heart, though you may have different methods. Perhaps you'll find some compromise behind cynicism and naivety if you work together. Finally, the last fragment of her imaginary fortress collapsed. Olivia can only look at the art teacher with timid confusion painted across her features. Well, I don't. Are you for real, Mr. Udikin? I am. He's actually in another class of mine. I've seen him. He's passionate about his camera, like you are with a brush. And I do expect great things from him. Okay. Sorry, I really thought, oh. Oops, she accidentally bit her tongue. Her mouth is clamped shut. It's just my opinion. You can make your own choices, Olivia. She nods furiously. Oop, the movie's about to end. You two should get back to your seats. We good here? Olivia side-eyes me again and nods once more. Alright. Motions for us to skedaddle. Olivia backs away to her spot. Thanks, Mr. Edikan. For what? Just gave an opinion. I'm serious. It's up to the two of you if you want to be friends. Don't screw it up. He waves me off again and gets up to flip the lights. I get back to my seat and stare absent-mindedly at the projected screen as I digest Idakin's words. He said he only gave his opinion, but it seems like he also gave me an opportunity to take the right steps in connecting with Olivia. And with what he said about her being passionate with the brush, it's gotten me even more curious about her artistic prowess. Speaking of whom, I noticed that she occasionally gives me a side eye. I don't think she can see in my eyes due to the dim lighting combined with my shades. She stares at me with a sense of strange curiosity, as if she's trying to get rid of me from my face alone. But from what I can tell by her facial cues, she seems confused and almost shaken up. It's like she wants to say something, but keeps on backing away at the last second. I guess her mind is also jostling around from Edikan's words. Our teacher flicks the light switch, and I feel my retina burn from the bright lamp lights, even with my sunglasses. Alright, normally in your first week, we'd be doing something simple, like a color swatch wheel. However, I think you all can manage something a bit advanced. The Gator girl's head whipped around at the word advanced. Whatever Olivia was thinking before regarding me seems to be forgotten, as she focuses entirely on the teacher. Mr. Edikan holds up a stack of paper for us to see. First things first, I'd like you all to fill out these topic sheets so that I know you understand how to safely handle oil-based paints. Last thing we need is another burnt-down classroom. The way Edikan says those words makes me imagine some pretty horrible outcomes. Once you've finished your sheets, bring them to me so I can receive them, or review them. I don't remember which one it was. I'll be giving you the permission sheet after I know you won't set yourselves on fire or poison yourselves. But I want to eat the pain. The Allosaur guy in front of me hands back the stack, and I take a page from it before handing the rest to the Diplo girl behind me. My eyes scan over the sheet. What grade of mask do snouts longer than 3 inches require? And a realization hits me. I didn't see the first half of the video. My eyes scan over the page and I groan when I see the questions I have no answers for. All of them pertaining to dinosaur anatomy. The art teacher looks directly at me and then to the side. I try to decipher his meaning, following his eyes. I turn my seat to lean closer to Olivia. Hey, what? What now? What? What is it? I'm not going to let you draw me. What the fuck? Looking at her paper, I see that she's already answered the questions I couldn't. I show her my own page, tapping the upper section that was still blank. Olivia groans and looks to Edekin pleadingly. All she gets is her troubles is a thumbs up. Fine. Fine. Here. He holds up her sheet for me. Wait, isn't this cheating? Your teacher wouldn't. When did he get to his desk? Why does he have a sleeping mask? If I look over the answers, I still learn the safety procedures. So what's the difference in the end? That must be what he's thinking. Truly! Either that, or he doesn't give a shit. I copy the words from Olivia's sheet, doing best to at least rephrase them. Some of my classmates are already walking up to Edekin's desk. He's barely reading the pages, not even taking the sleeping mask off. Thanks, Olivia. Whatever. Olivia finishes her page in a few seconds and wheels herself to the desk too. The last answer I'm fairly confident on. Like what flashpoint means. I get up and go to Edekin's desk and set my safety assignment down. Good. Here's your permission slip to use hazardous paints. He didn't even bother to look over my worksheet. He lifts the eye mask from his face and looks at me with one eye. What? Most of this stuff doesn't apply to you, Inko. Just don't drink the paint, or get it in your eyes, and you'll be okay. Yes, Mr. Edekin. Attaboy. Go back to your desk and wait for class to end. Tomorrow, I'll be starting you all on something simple, like painting a cube or a ball. Yeah, model dodgeball painting. The eye mask drops down, and I return to my seat. Class clock reads 5 minutes until lunch. Olivia's back, so leering at me. I consider what I should do or say, some sort of icebreaker. Mr. Edekin said we're similar, and I can see what he means. But I'm a photographer and she's a painter. So a cubist and a dadaist walk into a bar. Bing bong. We'll go lunch now. The moment the bell rings, Olivia shoves most of her things into her backpack. Not caring if her notebook gets crushed. Once she zips up, she races out of the classroom. Guess she doesn't want to get caught in the chaos of the lunchroom stampede. I managed to avoid getting stuck in the frenzy by shuffling along the wall, the long way around the lunchroom. It's a bit longer, but at least there's less risk of getting used as an improvised meat club. Hey, why don't I just go in through the courtyard? It's right next to the table. Damn it, next time. Isn't there a palm tree or something by the table now? Never seen one with a trunk that's that green. That's green. I get around the last of the crowd and approach the table. Damien's here chewing on a sandwich stacked with various meats. And like yesterday, Olivia's already at the table. Hey Damien, you've seen Liz? Thought she was joining us for lunch. Without a word, Damien points to the palm tree next to us. Oh crap, that's no tree. I look up to see Liz's head in the rafters, rooting at the vines on the ceiling. The ceiling was a lot taller in the computer lab, so was a lot lower in the computer lab, so I couldn't tell as easily. But that neck is long. Anyways. Hey Liz. Hey Inko. Couldn't see you throw up here till I heard you. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and get my food from the vending machines again. Making my way over to the vending machines, I do the same song and dance I did the last time. Card swipe and a few button presses later earned me a couple cans of soda, and 2 bags of chips, and a few candy bars. It's like when the teachers ask if you brought enough candy for everyone, only now it's true. I head back to our table, a bundle of food stuff in my makeshift pouch, and distribute them. Olivia gets her share, but she doesn't say anything. Aw, sweet. Aw, why thank you, Inko. Damien, if you'd be so kind. Already on it. Damien cracks a can of soda. Just as Liz lowers her head next to him, she's wearing a novelty soda cap. Okay. He then speed swaps the old can with the new one. Almost like he's swapping wheels on a Formula 1 racer. Thank you. No problemo. Liz's head cranes back up to the top of the ceiling to continue eating the foliage. So, Nico, how's your day been so far? Been pretty decent, I'd say. I'm mostly looking forward to photography since Ben will show me some of the good photo spots. Cool. Damien nods as he continues to munch on his sandwich. I think he zoned out about halfway through my sentence. Oh, and also, Liz helped me submit my contest entry. Awesome. You can always rely on Liz to help you out. Flattery will get you nowhere, Damien. Just saying the honest truth. Liz entered the contest too, right? Everyone must be trying to win the cash prize. The money's okay. Liz comes down again with a mouthful of leaves. Her hands hold up a tray with each segment filled with a different sauce. But the real prize is having your submission featured on the Sponsors magazine cover and featured in an article. How is she still articulate? Do you have any idea how great that looks on a resume? Heck, I could probably get a scholarship with that alone. Well, you really got all this planned out, would you say? She takes a moment to swallow her salad and then shares a huge grin. I submitted the best digital art piece. Oh, what is it? Here. The tray is set aside so she can bring out her phone to show Damien and me for entry. It looks to be a village townhouse piece, very rustic and classy. It looks pretty good. Yo! That's so cool. He's pogging. That looks so realistic. Thanks. Took me about a week to really blend some of the more fanciful elements into each other. Based it off my grandfather's home from the old country. This is amazing. You can't even tell that this thing's digital art at all. Damien grabs hold of Liz's phone and turns towards Olivia. Hey, Olivia. She jumps up, having been suddenly made relevant to the conversation she was just spectating. What? I'm not giving these chips back, they're mine. I was just going to show you Liz's entry. Olivia narrows her eyes and leans over to see the image on Liz's phone. She then looks up and gives Damien a quick nod before returning to eating her chips. Damien's smile falters a little at her minimal response. Yeah, I would have said minuscule response, but okay. Her minimal response, though he's back to his usual grin as Liz takes back her phone. Wow, Liz. I didn't know you were so into digital painting. That looks great. Plan on being an artist after graduating? Aw, thanks. Well, no, I don't plan on being an artist per se. The plan is to be an antiques dealer, specifically with art. What's that mean? It means she buys the splattered canvases everyone else just uses for money laundering. No. It'd be the real deal stuff. There's a real market out there for it. So I'm taking the AP business class and using the school's prestigious art program. That's actually why I picked this place up. There's a real elite selection of graduates from here. Oh, you're the school treasurer too, right? Sure am. I'm doing everything to make sure I'm ready for the real deal. I do love painting though. This is not an end to a means. Maybe that's why I want to get into trading. I can get the right people the right art they need. That's very thoughtful. I should start thinking of my future more. I wonder what Olivia thinks about this. If it even interests her. Damien is just exaggeratingly nodding his head up and down. And I don't know if he's agreeing with Liz or headbanging to some tune playing in his head. I look to the side to see Olivia staring down the bag of chips, looking pensive. I guess I'm not the only one that's a bit worried about our long-term plans after school compared to Liz. But we got the whole year still. What about you, Damien? Yeah, don't really gotta have a big goal set. Only reason I'm going here is because it's the closest school to our home. Damien, you know I keep telling you about planning ahead. I know, but I like keeping my options open. So what are you doing in school? I just picked out any classes that seemed interesting to me. Though I gotta say, home economic class is pretty fun. You're gonna make food in class and eat food. From learning skills in a class like that, you'd be a perfect husband. Yeah. Wait, what? What? Hey, back here. But to get back to my point, that art contest. If I win and get that interview, it's an insane advantage, I'll say. By the by, Olivia, did you submit something for the art contest? Oh. She looks away, slightly defeated. No. Really? Oh crap. I might have a chance then. Hey Liz, that sounds a certain way. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Olivia rolls her eyes and merely goes back to munching on her chips. Mr. Edekin said you were really into painting. And I really like the portrait you made me. Whoa, she what, Pog? Her suspicious leer is now replaced by murderous glare. Yep. Lunch is the perfect time to eat my feet. Haven't actually seen any of her real work. Only something she'd done out of boredom. Olivia's eyes close as she inhales deeply, the air of neutrality returning to her once she reopens them. She looks me up and down again, as though something will be different this time. Can't. What's that mean? Besides, even if I could, they're going to be looking for the best artist here, so you gotta show that to them, with how good your art is. But I just don't want them to look at me and feel like they have to give me a reward out of pity. Damien's face is frozen mid-bite, his sandwich losing its meat integrity by the second as his eyes flick between Olivia and I can practically hear the blaring alarm in his head as his brain catches fire trying to connect the dots. I want to be judged for my art and not. Olivia struggles to formulate the next few words and lets out a weary sigh. It would just feel undeserved. How? Yeah, how? Damage. Has that ever happened before? Do people really do that? You weren't there for it. Some losers used to even tell me to take advantage of it. Why not? That was a bad move. Dude, seriously? Why? So I can constantly get reminded of myself? So I can't separate myself from my work? So I can get complacent being worse? So I can eventually rely on it? So the playing field can be even? That's a lot all at once. I'm not even sure I got all of that, but I definitely touched a nerve I shouldn't have. No, sorry. Olivia brushes her hair down. Look, I don't want to get awards and praise I haven't earned. I'm seriously not that good. I wouldn't win. She sighs and takes a long sip of cola. Can I see some of your work? No. Man, she really shouldn't put herself down like that. I get it. A lot of the students here are crazy good at art. Some are probably better now than I'll ever be, and they're just starting. It's pretty scary to think about. I mean, like that landscape of the city near the principal's office. Landscape? Hold on, I took a shot of it. It's a bit tough getting my camera out now with all the books I needed for class in the way. I lay out the contents of my backpack, taking my treasured DSLR out at last. After finding the shot in question in the menus, I turn the display towards everyone so that they can see the glamour shot. Freshman made that painting. Just from looking at it, I can see it won first place. I drew that. Oh. The name is on it, isn't it? My brain finally makes a connection with the signature on the mural. That was you? Is it that much of a shocker to you? Quite a bit, yeah. It looks amazing. I mean, it's whatever. I had to have some dumb guy to help me out, so it isn't like I was the one who made it all. So when you say you can't enter, it's because you already won once? Yeah, basically. She looks away from us, eating her chips in silence. I've heard the expression being one's worst critic, but I'd never expect Olivia to kick herself this hard. I am my own worst critic. I fucking know it. You, my man, if you're watching this, I am fully aware that I am my own worst critic. I keep trying to delete the entire work I'm doing. I cannot draw the snake woman. I'm not good at anatomy. Anyways, back to the game. I'm mentally kicking myself thrice over just for thinking that last part. What? Something wrong, Liz? Did she bite her tongue or something? Why is she... imitating one of those pitcher plants right now. Liz? What's the look, long neck? Just surprised to see you in better spirits is all. You're making it weird. Don't make it weird. Yeah, it's been ages, Olivia. Think a Randy like Inky here got you to open up like this in just 2 days. He gestures to me. What'd you do, man? The girl in question freezes. Damien's thoughtless comments have thrust her into self-awareness. And she just flips. Olivia, wait. She's gone. Well, she did give a warning. Yeah. I was just excited she was making good progress. The rest of lunch, we'd spent trying to talk about Liz's art process. Damien looked like he wanted to try and bring Olivia back into the conversation, but no one had any idea where she had gone. Still, a part of me thinks she wants to talk. So why doesn't she? Sadly, a question for another time. As Olivia's departure seems to signal the end of lunch. At least Liz and Damien waved goodbye, leaving me to clean up all the trash from the table, including everything I'd removed from my backpack. Darn it. Photography class comes and goes. Since we're partners, Edekin gives Ben and I the green light to walk around the campus. Ben shows me around to see his prime photo spots and such. And as such, becomes my impromptu tour guide, yet again. It's actually pretty neat to see the parts of the school that I haven't explored yet until now. Places like the music hall and the recreational pool were the most interesting to see. Currently at the courtyard, Ben points out the views of the outer landscape around the school. No wonder why Ben was eager to show me. These views were impeccable. While he's explaining the image she has in his head, my mind still wanders back to Olivia. I wonder what I did to make her express herself so much. Inko? 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 Huh? I was asking if you'd be available sometime during the weekend to take photos. Oh, I'm free on Saturday. Excellent. We can meet up back here. Sounds good. As we head back to class, I begin to think if there's something I can do in history class. I'll be right back. I don't think I even got out of the demo yet. I has a question. When do I know that I'm out of the demo if I never played the demo? I didn't play the demo. I need to know when I'm out of the demo. Pool scene. I haven't seen that yet, so... Get out of your war. Get. Shoot. Shoot. Get. I got no demo done, so.
He is German. He's a big fan of Big H. The internet knows. Suffer. Suffer, German man. Suffer. No, German man. We need you to give us more... No, we're talking about Snoot game. Wah, I don't like the fact that I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I think we should Hiroshima him. Hey, War. Did you know? Oh, I've been seeing Dante fucking pop up on my, he's been playing fucking Halo. I'm like, Dante, what are you doing? Well, mine is, I don't fucking know. Shut up, child. Kef. Is E2 or E1 like what anyone thought? Okay. I didn't. I asked if anyone thought, so. I know you gave me your opinion. I'm not happy with it because you're not Big H. Big H's opinion is valid automatically. Big H. Did you read everything? He's literally stupid. I have all of it reported for Snoot Game. Shut up, War. Yeah, but War, you don't read. He's more dyslexic than me. Please stream it on Facebook Live, War, please. I'm going back to being paused. So remember how I said I was having a headache? for 3 days. And yeah, well, it became a migraine today. Today being the 15th, and it currently being 4:32 p.m.
Back in history class, Miss Procklin continues prating on about, and after a final offensive that left the entire city of Triceratops destroyed, the Scythian hegemony was defeated, bringing an end to their crimes against both dino and humankind. With that, the Dino-Human War came to an end, and peace was finally declared after 10 years of strife. Of course, there was a matter of rebuilding and dousing all those fires still burning, as well as what to do with all the bodies and beyond. I should probably care more about Parkland's lecture, since history has extremely strong cultural connections, but man, is it boring. Ahead of me, Olivia has returned to her default saloon. Deflated balloon. She's not glaring back at me, so she's probably over whatever that was. Or she still doesn't know I'm here. Boy, will that be entertaining to see. Assuming I don't end up with a mechanical pencil jammed through a lens. The other students are similarly bored. Only occasionally marking down something, whatever it sounds like. Will only be a review sheet at the end of the week. There is, of course, no more note passing today. Miss Brocklin's effusion yesterday must still be on their minds. Bald, bald, bald. And back to being deafened. There won't be any more chances given. And even though she doesn't seem threatening on her own, the consequences would be dire. Especially if she can call Sully over like her own personal enforcer. There's simply no getting around it. This is just a period we'll have to sit through. And there isn't even any solidarity to be had in our shared misery. It's simply the reality of high school history class. The only saving grace is that she isn't stalking around the room looking for us to do something wrong. Instead, we're being lectured at. My hand mechanically copies down whatever she's written on the board. Well, I should be paying attention to what Miss Procklin is saying. I'm more than certain that we'll be reading the exact same things from our heavy textbook. So my eyes wander away from her and the board to scan over my peers, all equally as bored and feigning interest. Eventually, there's a bit of movement ahead of me. What is Olivia up to now? Olivia folds a sheet of notebook paper back and forth discreetly, creating a deep cease. Press. She then licks her fingers and runs it along the crease and gently pulls. The paper rips along the seam silently. Oh, is she really risking it? What has she even got on it? What has she got to gain? It's not just a note passing game. Maybe she feels bad because she got caught yesterday. Oh boy. Olivia passes the note to her left. The student next to her raises an eyebrow where it surprisingly takes the note and immediately passes on without looking at it. One by one, my classmates pass the note along to the next. Nobody dares open the note, write something on it. I s- stupendously, I don't think I got that right, keep track of the note in the corner of my eye as it makes its circuit around the room. Thankfully, Miss Crockett's eyes are focused on the board when I feel a tap on my shoulder. I reach for my ear as if to give it a scratch, and then the folded paper is pushed into my wrists, my waiting fingers against my ear. I feel an edge grind against my elbow. I chew my lip to keep the hiss of pain contained. My earlobe. Probably unintentional, but a paper cut still stings bad, especially on such a fleshy part. My fingers toy with the bundle of paper now on my desk. No one else even bothered with it. I wouldn't exactly call it an empty canvas, but there could be potential here. There's a crumpling noise beneath my fingertips. Must have unfolded while I wasn't thinking. Looking at the sole doodle on the sheet, I see a pretty simple rat drum. Is it Halo-free rat? Just standing up hurts me now. With a simple rat with a very realistic hand next to it, giving it a thumbs up. There's plenty of space this time. Miss Brooklyn is preoccupied at the front. I doubt she would even notice. The temptation is there, making my fingers itch. Yeah, finally getting a real chance to do something fun in this sleep-inducing class. She's not uncompassionate, but Miss Brooklyn has a lot less tolerance for horseplay in her class. We probably wouldn't get another chance. And going by Coach Sully's one chance policy, and how these guys aren't even considering playing along, I bet it really wouldn't be pretty. Kinda makes me concerned for Olivia. I could just hand the note, hold on to the note, and give it back after class. Heck, Olivia would never even know. I don't think she even knows I'm in this class. With Miss Brooklyn to start a new tangent to make sure I have enough time. She just said something about the single consonant movement, time to move. This is going to basically be a stick figure, but it's just a doodle. If only you could doodle photograph. I'm not sure what I mean by that. I also don't know how to draw a wheelchair. In the end, it looks more like an abstract depiction of a bow-legged T-Rex than what I wanted. Oops. I'll have to do. Check it over one last time as if I had the conceptualization to improve it. Oh well. Pass the note forwards, careful to not notify the teacher. Probably because of all the blank space. It doesn't look like she recognizes what I did either.
whatever I did either. Maybe I should talk about it with her after class. I don't know. Seems like an okay time to do. She just passes the note again. What? Once more, the process of students taking the note and passing it along without looking at it. Although this time it's a little more collectively annoyed. It probably won't go around again. Why the heck would Olivia send the note around again? Nobody's going to change their mind and draw something now. Is it desperation? Thoughtlessness? Whatever it is, the note's coming my way again. Once I take it, I confirm that yes, once again, nobody else wrote anything. However, there's a new doodle of a rat with a flamethrower from Olivia. Cute. Alright, I guess this time I'll draw. I'll add myself to the sketch with the half pipe. It's simple enough to do. I even include my sunglasses. Yeah, I'm liking this. Maybe I should also make sure Miss Procklin isn't looking my way. Yeah, she's not right now. I'm in luck. Alright, time to pass this on. I pass the note forward once more. Olivia pinches the note between two fingers, still not looking back. I keep saying that, but I guess it's not weird. Why would you look back in that situation? She checks the note, looks down a bit again. A bit down again. She glances up to the corner I drawn in. What? Fuck. Oh, sweet Jesus. Miss Halford. The girl in question shrieks in her seat in embarrassment. Sorry, Miss Procklin. I saw a spider. Miss Procklin simply sighs, muttering to herself and turning her attention back to writing more notes on the board. She turns her head back slowly, just enough to be able to make eye contact with me. While she eyes me with judging contempt and curiosity, I see her hand just tenderly massaging the tip of her tail. Looking at the floor, I think she managed to chip the linoleum. As soon as Procklin turns around to continue teaching, Olivia scribbles something down. She turns to look at me once more, hesitantly. Then she flicks the note in my direction. The teacher probably meant the foot stomping. I found that spider, Miss Procklin. The teacher grimaces. It better be cleaned up by the end of class, Mr. Nito. Yes, ma'am. I breathe a sigh of relief as my excuse weathers Miss Procklin's stare. She turns a few pages in a textbook laying on her desk, instructing the class to do the same as she searches for something. She's distracted. I can finally see what Olivia drew. There's a now surprisingly detailed dodgeball whizzing towards my stick figure's head. I want to be upset, but I found myself admiring her motion lines. Seriously, she should be an animator. I mull over what to add and settle on giving the large rat sunglasses as well. A few seconds later, he looks twice as cool as before. I look up to Olivia, pondering how to get it back to her when a sinister idea comes to mind. Her hood hangs open as if it rests on her back. It's a tough shot, but... Bingo. Olivia scratches the back of her neck and finds the note. She looks back with squinted eyes, judging my intent and scanning me for foul play. She mouths something at me, a question I think, but I'm not the most apt lip reader, especially when said lips are twice as long as humans. Still, she unfolds the page, and seconds later she's already added a new sketch and folded it up. The note lands neatly on my desk this time, and I inspect the latest edition. More rats doing decently non-rat activities. I wonder what she'd think of a cat this time. I continue passing the sheet back and forth, adding new sketches and adding to others. Alright, Miss Procklin, you may leave now. Everyone else, you may take the last 5 minutes to start on your homework. Olivia takes her time to pack away her supplies, occasionally glancing my way. Gone is the paranoia. It is now just plain confusion. As if I wouldn't play the dodge game, the doodle game thing with her. Even as she wheels out of the room, I notice her eyes still on me. I give her a wave goodbye, and she seems shocked by that, turning her head and finally passing through the doorway. Right then, homework. Ah, crap. It only occurs to me that there's a pretty good reason the teacher doesn't want us slacking off during class. For the last 5 minutes, I try to speed read the second chapter in its entirety, failing to get any good information to use for today's homework. I resolve to just check online for a lecture that's not as boring. Maybe one of some good animation even. When the rest of us finally excused, I realize that I've still got the full page of doodles. Considering all the stuff on it, it'd feel like a waste to just toss it away. I decide to keep it, slipping it into one of my binder's extra plastic sleeves. With everything safely packed away, I shoulder my backpack to exit the room. I assume that's going to be it for this episode, which would be episode 4. Oh, it's not. Man, now I get why Olivia gets to leave some classes early. The halls are so packed and chaotic once class ends. I always end up being pushed around by rowdy students headed towards their next classes. Once school ends, it's even worse. When I saw it yesterday, it was something else. The word riptide comes to mind. I ended up just waiting waiting around for a few minutes for the flow to die down. It's looking like this is gonna be my routine for now. Passed by a few more art displays on my way up to the stairs, back to the first floor. This isn't the art wing. Well, there's still a bunch of displays up. Maybe there simply isn't enough space. Something presses into my chest and lurches me to a stop. It's Olivia, holding an arm out to stop me. She's still staring up at me, though less suspiciously. Her jaw opens, but no sound comes out. She realizes her hand is still out, and it retracts awkwardly. indecisively darting between her hoodie pocket and her armrest. Is she expecting something? Oh, the note maybe. Hey, you could have told me. That you were in Mrs. Proplin's class too. You could have mentioned that. Sorry. Guess I was sort of aiming for a bit of a dramatic reveal there. She brushes her hair aside. Well, whatever. Later, I guess. Why did you stop me out here? She stops her chair mid-turn, with gray eyes contemplating the dirty floor. I don't really get you. Olivia's eyes turn back to me, and now I can see the nervousness in her pupils. Why do you care? Why indeed? Well, I guess the main reason is I want to be friends. With me, though? Sure. Those tiny moments in which I saw the Gator Brawls hyper-animate come to mind, and I can't help but smile. Those small shows genuine feelings. I think Mr. Edekin was right, honestly. Olivia hums in disagreement, finally turning away. Ah, crap, maybe that was too forward of me. I swing my backpack around so I can reach inside. I still have that note. Note? Well, with the doodles from class right now? Why? Just figured you'd want it. It was fun filling it out and all. Just as I'm about to pull out my binder, the Gator girl looks back at me and shakes her head. It's just doodles. You can throw it out. Keep it. If it's so important. For the briefest second, I swore I saw her mouth form a tiny smile. Now she's back to looking naturally at... Didn't notice the school had elevators. Why don't more people use it? She flashes a key from her pocket. So as part of her accommodations, makes sense. But now the hallways are cleared up a bit. The elevator rises and Olivia arrives and Olivia rolls in. She moves an arm to push the button and jams the key in some slot. What's to look for? You coming? Oh. I slide in beside Olivia just before the door closes. It's probably safe to catch your foot. It's probably safe to catch your foot in and just reopen. But man, this thing is ancient. There's an inspection certification lazily plastered above the door from this side. It's covered in coffee stains and other signs of age. Is this thing really safe? Olivia shrugs. What's the worst that would happen? Our legs break? She eyes me with a smirk. This may have been a mistake. My heart drops as the space around me seems to drop for a split second. The sound of the worn out elevator mechanics fills the cramped space. How slow is this thing? I look over to Olivia. She uses this thing daily. Surely it normally runs smoother. Her mouth hangs silently open in an amused grin, watching my sunder onset claustrophobia. Relax, dude. This is normal. Alright. This is normal. This thing jolting around like it's gonna drop us any second is completely normal. When we reach the bottom, the doors clunk open and I practically fall out. Olivia casually rolls from behind. Somehow I sense it's with a degree of superiority. Anyway, see you later. Oh, yeah, see you. Olivia rounds a corner and I'm left to my lonesome. My senses return to me and I start making my way to the metro station. As I make the journey home, it strikes me how much progress I've made with Olivia. It's definitely still in its awkward phases, but I can see that she's opening up little by little. And it's starting to become amusing seeing her get confused by my friendly gestures. All in all, I got a pretty good feeling about this. Liz and Ben sure were overreacting though. I'll be sure to tell them all about it. Alright. So this is the end of episode 4. I'm going to probably, because my head hates me. And in case any of you are wondering, it is currently 5:16 p.m., February 15th, 2024. So we are going to save this. I'm going to end this recording after I say these few words. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the video, like the actual video, the thumbs up button, and I would like you to comment on it, but subscribing is a thing that would be beneficial to my channel. But yeah, I hope to see you all in either my Baldur's Gate video on Wednesday, or my Snoot Game video on Friday. But yeah, peace out.